Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo, and I love sharing my advice. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And of course, if you have any advice you'd like me to give you or the rest of the world, feel free to comment. I appreciate the support. But of course, one size doesn't fit all. So if I say something that you disagree with, or maybe you want to extend the conversation, happy to see a dialogue happen, because generally speaking, I could always stand to learn a little bit more. Tonight's topic is direct from a friend. Ryan Pearson asked if I was going to be up for giving parenting tips or advice, specifically anger management for preschoolers and parents of preschoolers. So this is going to be challenging to convey, because this is not me sitting from a place of having done everything perfectly. But that is actually the perfect way to stage the advice that I'd like to give. And that is, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. In many ways, parenting is just doing the best you can with what you've got. And sometimes doing the best with what you can, or doing the best with what you've got, it could differ from day to day. Because you may, be going through a very stressful time. And because of that, you don't have extra bandwidth to accommodate certain circumstances. These are times that your fuse may be shorter than other times. That's a part of being human. You're always going to be a parent, and I know you're always going to do your best to protect and prepare that child. And that's honestly how I've always staged things with Jedi. We've disagreed about various things. We've of course had, our spats, and certainly have had, rough patches. Brief, very, very brief. Number one, being Italian. Number two, she's a kid. You get over things in about 5 minutes. Not everybody is so lucky. But, I explained to her over and over again that it's my job to protect and prepare her, such that if we ever come into a circumstance where she's asking why, or is not really understanding what's going on or why I might do one thing or another, I ask her, what's my job? And she says, to protect and prepare me. So it sets the stage such that I've given her an expectation that she knows that even if she doesn't understand what's going on, or she may not understand what I'm saying, or we may, come to blows, and we do as Italians, let me tell you, that happens. She knows in her heart that, not just because of repetition, but because she knows that generally that is what I do. I protect her. It's my job to protect her. It's my job to prepare her. So by instilling that through repetition and also demonstration, like I said, here's why I do this. I do this because it protects you from that. Or this is why I'm saying this, because it prepares you for the other thing. So I contextualize that such that it just reinforces that in her, such that when we do have an issue, there's not a permanent schism, or she calls into question my role as a protector, as a preparer for her, I should say. So you're not perfect. There's 1,001 books, but no real manual that's going to be able to dictate how you can be the best parent for your child. But here's the thing. You will be the best parent for your child. Whether you feel that way or not, as long as you're doing your best, and doing your best may not even be doing your best for your child. Being the best parent may not even have anything to do with the child. As a parent, you have more than one responsibility. You have more than one you cannot just be responsible for the child. You got to be responsible for other things too in life. You have to be an adult. You can only be a good parent if you're a good adult. And being a good adult is taking care of your responsibilities. Because if you don't take care of your responsibilities, you can't take care of that kid. So keep that in mind. The child is certainly a priority in your life. But even in that priority, you're going to have to, certain other things are going to have to be number one at times. And the child may be number three, still important. But like putting food on the table, kind of a big deal. Roof overhead, really kind of a big deal. So you got to take care of those needs first for your family before you can take care of them for your child. Because if you don't have someone in that role, you good luck. It's going to be pandemonium, constant pandemonium, if you can't take care of those basic needs. So as a parent, you have to understand that there's going to be times that you're not going to be able to spend, time with your child, but that does not mean that the time that you do spend is any less important. I'm not a big believer in the whole quality time thing. I think it's a bunch of BS. I don't believe in it at all. I think it's people have come up with this idea because it allegedly it makes people feel better about the time they spend with other people. I don't believe in it. I believe if you're spending time with someone, then that's exactly what you're doing. Time is a constant. It's not, well, this 60 seconds was better than the previous 60 seconds, and let's optimize. And no. It's got to be quality time. Dude, you're stressing yourself out. You're stressing everybody out. Just spend time, okay? Don't set yourself up for failure. And that's exactly what you're going to do if you think you can constantly be there for your child without taking care of other things. 1,001 other things that you need to take care of your child. So before getting into the whole anger management and preschoolers and parents of preschoolers, I have to set the conversation this way because, like I said, there are going to be times that you're going to be taking care of the things that need to be taken care of. Because I'm sorry, nobody has the privilege of just being able to float through life with no adult responsibilities. Nobody, right? You got to take care of certain things before you can take care of other things. You got to take care of the adult things before you can take care of the kid things. And that part of that is actually teaching the child how to be independent and responsible and self-motivating, and very aware of how they can contribute to the entire family, by not just coddling and not just catering and not just, sweeping in and constantly being over them such that they can develop that sense of independence. So when you're doing your thing, understand, even if you're not directly interacting with that child, you're still helping them. You're helping them discover who they are, helping them, be able to rely upon themselves rather than constantly on you. That's part of preparing your child for the future. In my humble opinion, it's critical. So when your mind is occupied on things that take 99% of your energy away and you only have 1% left, it's going to happen. And when that child is pushing for the other 99, you've got to set the expectation. Like, look, I got to do this. This is the reason I got to do this. This is what I got to do. You've got to have that time to accomplish the things you need to accomplish as an adult and as a parent vicariously. But when you're pushed to the limit, the only thing you can do is talk to them. And I probably do it more directly than some. I'm not going to give you advice on this because you're going to find your own path. I probably talk to Jedi not like a child more than I talk to her like an adult. So I'm constantly just talking to her, even though I can't reason with her as an adult. She's still a child. But I talk to her not as a peer, but as someone who I'm not watering down this information to. I'm just being very direct. I'm being very honest. I'm being in many ways blunt. Just so that I'm not flowering things up so that she is getting the straight scoop from me. So Jedi understands that I can be very direct. So in those moments where things are, stressful, she knows when I'm being direct. She knows I'm not being mean. She knows I'm not being, rude. She just knows I'm being exactly who I am with her, and that is direct. And there are times that I have to reset expectations, like, look, this is what's going on, right? There are certain boundaries that we have. But in terms of anger management, my recommendation is think about it when you're not angry. Because, like I said, when I set the expectation that, hey, I'm always going to be direct because that's how I am with her, when I am more direct in those tense situations, she's not going to take it as an outlier. She just knows that's how I am going to treat situations. So it's not an anomaly. So there's no vitriol that's coming. And she knows that in 5 minutes time, everything's going to be okay. So you got to keep that in mind for yourself. In terms of the child, it's being able to recognize their feelings and accommodating their feelings to validate their feelings and talking through it. Talk through it. Talk to that child. And teach them how to deal with their feelings and accommodate those feelings and regulate those emotions. And she will mirror you in many ways. So you've got to be mindful of that. But you know what? Like I said in the very beginning of laying this down, you're not perfect. Don't hold yourself to a standard you're never going to be able to meet. Just do your best.